welcome. Newcomers, oldcomers, everyone coming together. Welcome to the We Are
Everyone
Not Okay
coming
pod. Everyone, you
together.
can come together if you want. Oh, excuse me. As you can see, I'm still getting over sickness. Everyone can come together. Welcome back, guys. I'm Jonan Morales. I am your host.
And I am Melanie Cruz. I'm also your host.
We are the We Are Not Okay pod. Thank you guys so much for joining us. You know, now it's November. It's been a few weeks. It's been a while. Well, I gotta open it up with this.
Wait, before we do,
Tell me.
let's preface it with thank you for everyone that's been supporting us so far.
Yes. Wow,
It's
we're
been
6 deep.
or 7 now. This is episode 7.
Oh shit, yeah, 7. Yeah.
Or no, you're right.
6.
Episode 6.
But
I'm
it's
wrong.
been such a
I can't keep
interesting
track.
journey.
Yeah.
You know, like we started this in the summer. Really in July we started planning it, and for us to get it done now, I mean to get this far, everyone has been so warm. The reception has been so good. I've never had a project where so many people reached out to me.
Yeah, it's great. It's been such an amazing experience, and it's been so much fun, like working with Jonan and
Yeah, we're besties.
Besties.
Yeah, and
So
you know,
much
it's
love.
weird because you know, I've had other podcasts and you know, we have had other concurrent projects
Yeah.
together. But like I've never had so many people just be like, "Yo, this is so fun to watch. This is so
Yeah.
fun to listen to." And like, you know, whether you just tuned in and out or whatever, but just that little like kind of validation meant a lot. You know,
Yeah.
people at the gym are like, "Yo, congratulations." People at fucking public, congratulations. I'm like, "Thank you, man." Like, you know, I'm plugging it. I know I've been really annoying to plug it, but we got to grind it out before, you know, we got to get it known. And once it gets known, I'll stop being annoying about it.
Yeah.
Until then, I got to keep being annoying about it.
But yeah, I just thought of that when we were starting. Like,
Yeah.
the reception has been incredible.
Yeah.
And we love everyone's support.
Yeah.
And we can't wait to continue to do this.
Yeah,
so.
we're gonna be here for a while, so get used to it. We're only
That's
gonna
the
get
goal.
sexier, and I'm only gonna get more tattooed
Yeah.
as this journey goes along.
Maybe I'll get tattooed.
Hell
Who
yeah,
knows?
dude. I mean, the next episode I'm gonna have my forearms done, and probably the rest of predominantly my sleeves done. Anyways, that's the conversation for off
Yeah.
camera. So yeah, guys. So I as you can see, sorry, I was very sick.
Yeah.
And I was like really sick for a while. I worked from home for almost 2 weeks. Yeah, I took almost a week off, and I worked from home for almost 2 weeks. Thought it was COVID. It was not COVID. I tested negative 4 times.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah. I thought it was COVID. I was like, I'm fucking dying, you know. But it wasn't. It was just some sort of, I don't know. I guess I got really sick, and then it became like a sinus infection, and I felt so. I mean, I still am not really able to taste anything, which is awesome. I've only gotten like
That sucks.
yeah, it sucks. I've only gotten like moderate whiffs of stuff, and I'm like, I can smell again. So yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, shout out to Tiff. My girlfriend has been she took care of me. You know, when I was like really fucking banged up, she took care of me. So shout out to Tiff, man. She's been really good, man. She's really good with me and you know my craziness. So yeah, bro. NyQuil's fucking disgusting. I'm over it. It's disgusting.
It tastes so bad. Like, every time I've had to take NyQuil, I've gagged.
No, yeah. And
It's
like
the
it's like,
worst.
bro, I could literally take a shot of tequila like without a chaser, and I have to take a little bit of NyQuil, and I'm like crying. It's crazy. But yeah, so I was really sick, man, and I don't know, it really put a lot into perspective.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
It does.
'Cause I slowed down for the first time in I'm gonna be honest with you. I slowed down for the first time in, I guess you could say, 2 years. 'Cause since you met me, I've just been in a sprint.
Yeah.
And eventually, man, I mean, I took this as God's way of telling me to slow down, man, because, man, that 1 week I was out of the gym for 9 days, and, dude, I got back into gaming. I got back into, like, little things that I did, like, little hobbies and stuff. Like, I'm picking up learning how to edit on Premiere now
Yeah.
and Photoshop and just, like, little things that I just didn't have time to do, you know? And, man, it's crazy. It's crazy that, like, sometimes that's what you need, like, a system shock to really slow down.
I will say that there have been very little times where I've had to like just stop and take a breath. And being sick is one of those very few times.
Yeah,
and
man.
you're just hating every second of it 'cause you're finally slowing down, but you're also sick.
Yeah.
So.
It's weird though, because like, you know, I don't know. I felt so relieved in a sense. Like when I took about 4 days off work, and they were like super cool about it. And then I worked from home for about a week. I actually worked in person for 2 days, and I told you that I started getting like sick again because everyone is sick. And then I started working from home again, and then I'll be back probably Monday. But dude, why is it in Miami everyone gets sick at the same time? No, seriously, everyone is sick.
Well, because the degree drops like one temperature,
Is that
and
what
the
it is?
world just ends for us.
No,
I
but I'm
think.
serious. Like I feel like everyone is sick. Like I'm now getting off of it, which is great. But dude, at Publix, at the gym, at I always say Publix and the gym, but those are places I frequent a lot. No, but I'm saying like even when I'm out, like I've been like out once since then, like in the street, at the arcade when I went, I was like, why is everyone sick at the same exact time?
Well, 'cause it's flu season too.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's what.
Like it's whooping everyone's ass, dude. And like, excuse me. And now, I'm pretty much done with it. I just have like a little bit of a cough, but that's it. And thank God it's over. And it didn't fall in the weeks that we record. But dude, I was gonna tell you, I gotta ask. During the pandemic, when the vid first, great segue, right?
Yeah.
When the pandemic first happened,
yeah.
where were you? Because I know the exact moment that I was like, oh, this is pretty bad.
So I was actually so I was invited to go to a show.
Okay. You were gonna play or you were gonna go?
No, I was gonna go.
Okay.
But I said no because I was invited by my ex-boyfriend, and he was my ex-boyfriend at the time too. So I was like, no, I don't think that's
a little toxic, a little spice.
Yeah, that guy. So I told him, no, I'm not gonna do that. Even though I really wanted to go, I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Which I'm really glad I didn't do that. But anyway, and that was like my last show. And then I was just like going to work normally. And at work, they were like, oh, make sure to take everything. Like, we'll be out for like 2 weeks.
Oh, I remember that, the little 2 week thing.
Yeah, we'll be out for 2 weeks and then we'll be back. Like, make sure to take your stuff because we're going to be working from home, whatever. And yeah, I guess it was like partially in like the music scene, partially like at work where where I started like noticing some stuff.
And when did it hit you that this shit is real? Like, oh shit. Like, what was your oh shit moment?
My oh shit moment. Probably when the 2 weeks lasted like a month.
Okay.
And once it started like extending and extending and extending, I was like, fuck. And then like the news was saying like all of these like the fact that we had no idea what it was.
Yeah.
The fact that we had no way to fight it. We didn't know how you got sick. We didn't know anything.
Yeah.
And we were working from home for a month and I couldn't see any of my friends because we didn't know. Like, some people were asymptomatic, some people weren't, some people were in the hospital.
Yeah.
I couldn't see my grandparents. Yeah. Like, it was like, once it got to that point, I think I was like, oh, fuck, like, we're all gonna die.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me personally, I can tell you this. I was driving to Tacos and Tattoos to catch up with an old friend of mine, Tanj, who's a streamer, by the way. I'd love to have her on one day. She's a popular streamer. Great person. Shout out to Tanj. We were driving, and we were, like, catching up. I was like, oh, my God, whatever, girlie. And I'm going to pick her up, and we're going to Tacos and Tattoos. And I remember all of a sudden, Melanie, it's like the streets are just like really dead. And I'm like, it's like a Tuesday. Why is there no one out?
Yeah.
It's Tuesday night and the streets are just like, I'm talking about like, it feels like 3 a.m. And, there's a street on 104th with where Tacos and Tattoos is. It's pretty popping. There's always traffic north or southbound. And it's just like dead. And I'm like, that's weird. And then we go or whatever. We sit down, we get our drinks, we get our food, we start eating. And I look up in the TV and as a news person, there's something called a crawl. A crawl is the little words on the bottom that move.
Yeah.
If there's a crawl, it's usually in the morning. If there's a crawl during the day, some shit is happening. So it's 7 p.m. and I'm seeing like, oh, this is closed. This is closed. This is closed. Then I was like, I don't know. That's kind of weird. And everyone's like, oh, we're going to die. No, me being like, oh, we're going to die. Joking about it. And I drop her off and I'm like, all right, well, see you like next week or something, bro. He was a good friend of mine. We like adapted her up. Love you, girl. Peace. And I remember the whole time I had this weird feeling though, like looking at the TV where she would talk to me and I'd look and I'm like, it's kind of weird. And like there was some people concerned and some people not concerned. I'm like, whatever.
Well, cause we at the time we didn't even know what the fuck it was. So some people were like taking it seriously because they were like, oh, I've never fucking seen this before in my life, and other people that were like, nah,
me,
2 weeks.
Me, that was me. I'm like little vacation, So then I'll never forget that. I'm like, all right, like, life will continue. It's just a little cold, whatever. And then the next day, I remember that the day after that, I'm working, and I remember shit was just already weird. Like, I remember, like, I woke up, and my friend's like, yo, if you're going to go to the gym, go to this center, because my old gym, someone would always fucking crash into it. There's always, like, an old person just crashing into it.
That's not a good sign.
Yeah, it was the U-Fit on Sunset. Since I was there, it got crashed into 3 times. Like, someone would just, like, put their car and drive and just fucking yeet themselves into the thing. It happened 3 times, for real. And now they, like, reinforce the glass or whatever. But, dude, I'll never forget that, like, that day just started off weird. I was like, all right, now I got to train in a different gym, whatever. So my friend's like, yeah, bro, you gotta go to the one in the hammocks because this one got crashed into by an old person. I was like, fuck, all right. So I work out at this gym, and like all the TVs are playing the stuff. Like they're all playing, the news, and it's like all like the crawls are there, and I'm like, I don't know, it's kind of weird, bro. And then I go to work, and I'm typing on my computer, and all of a sudden I get the dings. These are called data miners. I get like all the instant notifications of shit. So then I get one that says like Planet Fitness is closed, and I was like, not the gym. It's like it's like LA is closed. I was like, no. And it's like UFIT is closed. And I remember, as stupid and as Miami as that sounds, that moment is when I knew the shit was real. When they closed the gym, I said, wait, my gains are over? This shit is crazy.
That's what told you?
Yes. And I was like, the gym is closed. My life is over.
Which actually, I'm thinking back.
That's when I thought shit was real.
I'm thinking back, and I remember distinctly like my mom noticing something weird at the schools.
Mm-hmm.
And she told my aunt, like, do your grocery shopping by Thursday, because I think something's going to happen on Friday. Right?
She sounds like those like Facebook conspiracy moms.
But my mom was like, I'm being serious. Like, I'm doing my groceries today. Like, you need to go do your groceries. Right. And my aunt was like, okay, listen to my mom. That Friday, they announced that all the schools are closing. So then that's when shit started hitting the fan, when the schools started closing, because people were like rushing to go get groceries, rushing to go get the toilet paper, rushing to go like do all that stuff. And my mom was like, yo, in my mind, I knew that some shit was going down. Yeah,
dude, sometimes you just feel like your psyche, like some shit is just like weird. And you're like, I don't know about all that, chief. That's when I kind of knew this shit hit the fan. I was like, fuck, I think the final thing that I have to definitely say about that, I think the weirdest part coming off of the pandemic was like, bro, I was working from home for 2 years, and I went out once or twice, and for me to like relearn how to interact with people,
I'm still struggling.
Was super weird.
I'm still struggling.
Do you remember like just like learning how to like interact? Like I remember just being like social anxiety. Yeah. Like there was like my first 3 or 4 outings, I was nervous.
Yeah, I was struggling a lot. Like, I am grateful that my job, during COVID, we started having like stand-up Zoom meetings where we'd meet every day in the morning and in the afternoon. So I would at least like see the faces of my coworkers. Yeah, that's my job. And I'm also very lucky that I was still living with my parents. So it's not like I wasn't talking to anybody face to face. But when it came back to like reintegrating into society, once things started opening up again, it was really difficult. Like, oh my God, it was so hard. Yeah. And one of the, like, I go to shows all the time, and after the pandemic, they started slowly coming back. And the first time that I started like feeling that anxiety again was when Roses closed. And that shit was like, when I tell you, it was packed. Oh yeah, like
Roses was always packed. Though.
No, but you mean that show? That
show.
Last night. Yeah. The last night that it was open, it was like 10:30, and it looked like it was like 1 a.m. That's how packed it was.
I think you had invited me, but I was like, either I was working or I was really tired, and I was gonna go, but I was like, I'm just too tired.
No, the line was like around the corner, but I was getting so much anxiety that I was like, I need to go. Like, as much as I would want to stay and like support Las Rosas and like get another drink, there was so many people that I was like, I'm not even.
Was the line like stretching over the neighborhood?
It was like, it was from the door, like that corner, all the way to the end of that like building. I don't know if you remember that, where they had like the parking lot. It was like the line was up to the parking lot entrance. Christ.
And people were just like, that one sketchy guy, they give him like $20, will let you in.
No, it wasn't even that. That's how packed it was.
You couldn't
bribe the guy.
Oh, okay. Usually you just bribe him.
No.
You just give him $20 and be like, come on.
It was that hectic.
That guy's a dick, by the way. No, he was a fucking asshole. Fuck you. Yeah, anyway. He kicked out 2 of my friends.
Why?
Because he just like RoboCop mode. He was just like, you can't do cocaine in the bathroom. And they were like, dude, it's not a big deal. And they were like,
everybody does cocaine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Okay, whatever. That's not the point. Yeah, I guess the cocaine. I guess just relearning, was a weird thing. But okay, the next thing I gotta talk to you about, to segue off into that, I got banned from Twitter around that time. You want to talk about it?
Yeah, okay. So this has been part of my notes for like a couple weeks now, but we've had like other conversations that I felt were better than that. But Now I finally was like, I need to know
What happened?
why the fuck, because like I saw you like tweeting, and all of a sudden
It just stopped.
it stopped, and I was like, oh, that's weird, but that we weren't that close.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's weird. Like maybe he just doesn't use Twitter anymore. And
No.
sometimes I would like check
I
or
got
whatever.
banned.
That's crazy.
I had like 5K followers and a very like pretty active following.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it was a blessing though in disguise. But yeah, I had a big Twitter account, and I would make a lot of just Miami jokes, and eventually the bit got old. But I knew what people wanted, you know.
Yeah.
And it was just like I would just make Miami jokes all the time, and I never forget the moment that I made my first viral tweet. That I was sitting in bed and I just like fired off a tweet where I just like taking a shit on somebody. Where I was like, oh, this guy looks like he does this and that. And people went crazy on it. And again, like, you know, when you have 50 followers, you know, you're just punching up and it's funny. But eventually I did that bit for like a year and a half, and that swelled to like 3,000 followers.
Yeah.
And there's one time I took a shit, and I would just like take a shit on everyone all the time. And I remember one time I took a shit on someone, and the guy like went private because people just like roasted him. And I was like,
oh my God, that's terrible.
And then that was the moment that I was like, you know what, man? I hate bullies, and I'm being a bully. Like,
yeah.
I'm no longer punching up, I'm punching down. So then someone called me out on Twitter, and I thought it was pretty funny. Someone tried to cancel me. Like, oh, this guy has this lane of humor and does this and that and this and that and this. Which
I think I saw that.
Yeah. And people were defending me. People were against me. People were for me.
Yeah.
It was a fucking mess. There was a thread of just people shitting on me and not shitting on me, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was like, man, I want to use my platform for good, you know. And I switched my platform. Do you remember that? There was a shift, and I had about 2,500 followers. And I did a shift, and I did it more for positive stuff. I started promoting community stuff. I no longer made fun of people. I made fun of myself. And I lost about 300-400 followers, and then I gained about 3,000 more followers.
Yeah.
And it became more of a wholesome thing. But
yeah.
you know, I had fun with it. It was very time consuming. I was making like a little bit of money out of it, but not a lot. And then I used a Bad Bunny video as like a, you know, like a funny thing. Like, hey, you know, me at Centro, or me at whatever club, me at Lucky,
Centro.
yeah, fuck that place. Me at whatever club, me at whatever. And then like eventually, you know, Bad Bunny was starting to blow up around that time, so I kind of used it as like a little, you know, thing.
Yeah.
But dude, one day I woke up and I had like 1 or 2 strikes on my account, because like sometimes like if you use copyrighted content, people get mad. And I used this app that would extract the video, and not, instead of quote tweeting, you just get the raw video.
Yeah.
And if you use the raw video, it's something infringement, which technically it's not. When I looked into it, it's not, because if you're posting it on a social media platform, it is now public domain. Is that not?
I don't think so.
Oh, well.
I mean, it depends on what the content is. Like
Okay.
if it's content that's created, so like the podcast, and someone reposted it, and claimed it was theirs, then that's copyright.
That's what I was doing. But I didn't know that that's what I was doing. I'm not going to say I'm fucking Bad Bunny, because I'm not. You know, I mean, we're both Puerto Rican, and my dad grew up in his town, but I'm not fucking Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
So basically one day I woke up, and I think like maybe he had switched managements or something, but every single Twitter account that used certain videos of his were getting flagged. And one day, my biggest tweets had like 100,000 retweets and stuff. It was funny, like little recuts of stuff that I had put together on myself. All positive, nothing bad. And one day I woke up, Melanie, and like that, it was mid-pandemic, and like they apparently, all the videos I'd used of his over the last year and a half got flagged. And instead of getting 1 or 2 strikes, you got 5. And 5, you're automatically banned. And I got banned. But then I started focusing my efforts, and then I took a break from social media. Do you remember that, when I kind of disappeared for a little bit?
Yeah.
I took about a year and a half off. I worked on my mental health, spiritually, mentally, every area of my life. Remember that? I was in the shadows for a little bit.
Yeah, no, I remember. And then we'd have those random like, hi,
Yeah.
like every 6 months.
Yeah. And then like I disappeared for a while, you know, getting through a breakup and kind of mentally going through some stuff, you know, and I found the help I needed, and thank God, you know, I got out of that dark place. But you know, I had like a big reset in my life after that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was important for me to take a break, because I spent so many years, Melanie, in the middle, in the spotlight, just trying to, hey guys, you know, and I had the Roots at the time, so I had a big podcast at the time. This is about to be a real moment.
Yeah.
So I had a big podcast at the time called The Roots, and then I had the Twitter account, and everything was kind of working synonymously, and the Twitter account kind of fell apart, and then the podcast itself, like we kind of ended the podcast abruptly, and
for good reasons.
Yeah, for
I
good
was
reasons.
there.
Yeah. And it was just a big reset. I think that was like my big reset moment, where I said okay, and then I even took a break from everything. I took everything off, And I kind of got my life together. I moved out and things like that happened. And I was able to kind of get myself back in line and in tune and aligned with everything that really matters to me. And then I think I can say around August, September. I mean, I was posting again. For the last few months I've been posting like crazy. But like I think since like when you say like I started really posting it, like maybe August.
I think so.
Like around August, I started posting like stories.
Late July, early August.
Late July, I started posting stories and being funny. Yeah, late July, around the time we started this again. And started posting on Instagram again. And like I got into, just in like a lot healthier of a space mentally. I have so many good friends around me. I have so many great people. Shout out to all my friends, my girlfriend, every single person that's been there to like bring me back up, man, because without them, man, I wouldn't. I don't know. I'm not emotional, but it kind of like it's a thing to really like reflect on. Like I've had so many good people like you and Lizzie, Shelly, Taco, Joss, Christy, my girlfriend Tiffany, my brother. So many people in my life have just been there to like, it was like as stupid as it sounds, like in Naruto, and he's like super like depressed, and he has like that moment where he sees like all the people, he sees all the people in the village like cheering him on. It really. It brought me back. It really brought me back, and it made me realize like what really mattered, and it really, like I guess, reawakened that passion in me. And doing this podcast kind of brought me back to that, of like, hey, this is something that I really care about, and I love making people laugh. And I think the big thing is I love just interacting with people, learning people's stories, and like bringing everyone together. Because I post a funny story, Melanie, and 30 people react to it. Oh, this is so funny. Like, oh, I was able to do something good for you. And that's kind of why I know we got kind of deep on this, but like, I'm just so grateful for everyone. I guess it's like the most gratitude-filled episode. Yeah. But I'm just so grateful for everyone that supported us. And around July and August is when I really found myself back in place and better than ever. So
cool.
Yeah. Wow.
That was a whole like
wholesome
thing,
moment.
a wholesome moment. But damn, that sucks. I mean,
thanks.
I mean, because going back to the original where we started with the Twitter topic, but it sucks that happened, and I know that it's probably because Twitter was so young at that time. Yeah. Because the same thing happened to Twitch, so Twitch went through that same kind of like DMCA flagging. Yeah. And they never had a system for it before. Yeah, now they do. And then they suddenly had it implemented, and a bunch of people were getting strikes on their account. For VODs that were a year old or 2 years old.
Yeah, the same thing with me.
And so streamers started just deleting everything because they didn't know like what was going to get flagged. Yeah. So it was a huge issue, and now they have like a quote unquote better system in place, but it's super stressful. I mean it made me it was for the better though, honestly. I don't know. Yeah, and then like, I want to pivot out of this though. Yeah, I mean, because Twitter's just a cesspool, so we should probably get
that's
out
a new
of it.
4chan. But speaking of 4chan and debauchery, this is something I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay.
I was driving over here today, and I was thinking to myself, do you remember the moment? My parents right now are out of town. I was just interacting with them earlier. Do you remember as a kid? I'm going to do a hard pivot out of this. Okay. Because I just want to say before our time's up. Yeah. Do you remember as a kid? I got the chancleta. Did you get the chancleta?
I did not get the chancleta.
Oh, I got the chancleta. Not in a bad way, but like, I was a little bastard growing up. Yeah. And like, I mean, I'm still a little bastard, but like, I would like talk shit to my mom all the time. Yeah. And like, I remember one day, like, when you get older and you get the chancleta and you're like, yo, like, I'm old enough to like learn from this mistake, and I'm going to like train. Yeah. So listen to this, Melanie.
Train.
Yes, bro. So I was 10 years old, and last time I got a chancleta, I was like in my room, like practicing at like 4 a.m., like, different moves and stuff. Stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like getting, like Mayweather, bro, getting my senses, getting my feints up, So this one time, I'll never forget this. I remember I was like being a little bastard. And then my mom's like, nah, whatever. And I was like, nah. And she was like, what? And then she got the chancleta, and bro, I freaking faint. I juked it, and I felt it whiz past my ear. And I was like, and I remember that moment that my mom looked at me like, oh, you learned the new move. And then she hit me with like a new combo that I'd never seen before. But I feel like those were the moments. Yeah, bro.
It's like okay, boss level 2.
No, 100%. She leveled up for sure. And then I was like, oh, I felt like I had like a Matrix moment. Like I saw it, and I like was like, whoa. And then she's like, oh, okay. So she hit me with that new combo, and let me tell you, that shit builds character. But this whole episode was about character building.
Yeah,
I feel like that was a character building moment. Can I tell you one last one before we go?
Yeah.
Because I don't know, we were a little deep there, so we ended like I busted my ass as an adult.
That's right, you mentioned
okay, wait,
about
I want to talk about this moment.
Yeah, please. I've never actually done that, so.
No, I did. So when I was getting my nails done about 2 months ago, I forgot, I think I told you this, but it was during like the rainy season, and I remember I got my nails. I was like, all right, bye guys, and gave a little, bye to all the people, and I leave. And I had my little chancletitas that they give you, the little ones that they give you, the ones that are like one piece of styrofoam separating you from the ground. So then I had them, and there's like a steps you got to go down. Dude, when I tell you that I like stepped down one, and then I was like, bye guys. And when I stepped again, I fell down those stairs with my feet in the air, like a cartoon character. I was like, oh, and like I remember I yelled too. I was like, oh, and then I fell like that with my feet in the air. And dude, those chancletitas fell in the middle of the street. A car se pasó encima, like this shit was crazy. Dude, a car ran it over, and I remember like I was just laying there, and it was super dramatic. Like the it just started raining, so like I remember like all the beads of like rain were hitting me, and I was like, I'm really living right now, like my main character moment.
That happened to my brother.
Wait, no, it gets worse though.
Oh no.
No, it gets worse. So then as they're running over the chancleta, that's I'm just there, and I'm like, I get up, and all the ladies are looking at me outside like, are you okay? And I had to get up, right? Now there's like Calle juice on me. You know what I'm saying? There's all this nasty shit. And I'm just like, I got to give him a little wave, a little sign. No, yeah. I got into my car from the passenger seat into the driver's seat. I didn't know I was seeing white, bro. I was so disoriented. I was like, why did I get in the car like I'm stealing my own car? It was terrible. Yeah, and I had a little scrape on my knee, and then I put on my real shoes after that. And to this day, I'll never trust a chunk like you guys again. Never. Tell me about your brother busting his ass really quick, and then we gotta go.
So really quick, it was basically the same thing, but he was at FIU. And at FIU there was I don't know if you remember OE and the science building.
Yes.
There was a little hallway that when it rained it would get wet.
I remember that.
That would connect it.
You should skate through there.
Yeah. So my brother saw that it was like raining and that portion was wet. So he was like, yo, I'm just gonna like book it and I'll be fine.
Okay.
And he basically the same thing happened. He went to book it and he just slipped and just fell on his back.
Oh, so good.
And he just like sat there for a second and someone walked by and just laughed at him.
That's horrible. See, at least you gotta play it out and be like.
He like got up and just like left.
No, terrible. No. Those are the moments that really make me realize like, do I want to be on this earth anymore?
They shape you as a person.
No. I'm like, is this really what's the next 50 years gonna look like? But yeah, anyways, guys,
thank you for watching. This is a shorter episode, I think.
Yeah, this is a shorter episode. It's about 40 minutes, but thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for joining us. As always, let's do the plugs real quick. You can follow me on Twitter Twitter. Rest in peace. Instagram, at Jonan is win. JONAN is win altogether.
And I'm Melanie. You can find me at Moonraker Melanie, MOONRAKER Melanie. And together we are the
We Are Not Okay Pod. You can find us on TikTok.
Yes.
At We're Not Okay Pod.
Yeah.
YouTube, please let's get those views up, baby. Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, whatever you want.
Everything. We're on everything.
We're on everything. So email us, text us, DM us, do whatever you want. Hit me up, not on Twitter though, because I'm banned. Hit me up on every social platform. We're here for you 24/7 all day.
But yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
Bye.